You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
What up, Cowboys Nation of YouTubers? It's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan back from the grave to talk to all of you guys. I know it's been a while, but since last week I've had sinuses and allergies and, you know, stuff that put me out for almost a week. It was not fun. I still have issues with the coughing fits and chest problems when I cough, but thankfully it's not COVID. It's just seasonal allergies that I have every year, and as I'm getting older, it's getting harder and harder to recover from it as quickly as I used to. But y'all not here for that. You guys are here to hear about them Cowboys and my opinion on what the heck happened last night. Well, as I usually do, I'm going to break down the game in our stages: coaching, offense, defense, special teams. Starting off with special teams, I swear, special teams, as is being plugged into John Fossil, that play calling to send the house when you didn't need to, almost blew that game for us. If they could have scored by us giving them the extra downs, and worst of all, it was our boy Azir Kamara, the darling from Hard Knocks. It was him. He ran into the kicker. I mean, the punter. It's something he can't do. I get it. They sent the house and they kind of got penetration. But in today's NFL, the rules are against you. If you have a guy shoving you into your punter, that's a penalty. If you got a guy shoving you into their quarterback, it's a penalty. It's worked against you in the NFL now. So that's got to get cleaned up. The special teams return game, kicking game, you know, even though it saved our butts in the end, it's still a problem. Got to clean it up, guys. Let's head to coaching. Coaching. Kellen Moore still calls great games right now. Some guys wanted him to come into his own, stop using the Jason Garrett method of play calling, and he has done that. He's mixing it up. He's getting CeeDee Lamb touches at running back. He's getting Zeke and Pollard out there on the field at the same time, blocking for each other sometimes. Reverses, play actions. He's doing everything we wanted him to do, and he's doing it basically without abandon. He's doing what they want him to do, and we're not faulting him for it. And that is greatly appreciated, because Lord knows Cowboy fans were all pissed off if something don't work their way, and they want to fire and kick off everybody off the team if something don't work right. But Kellen Moore is coming to his own as a offensive coordinator with this team. Now, can he do this with any team? I don't think so, because this team has the talent to pull it off. So great thing for him. Dan Quinn and his defense. I have to give it up to the man. This guy went in here down, 3 starters? 2 edge rushers, a starting safety. We still don't have our starting defensive tackle. And he made it work. He moved Michael Parsons to left and right end to see him pass rush. And give him credit. That boy, he was literally held on darn near every one of his snaps. I ain't gonna lie. I need somebody to break that film down for me, but Michael Parsons was held almost every time he rushed, because there was no way he didn't get to the quarterback more times than that if he wasn't held. So, Dan Quinn, you called a hell of a game with what you had. And, you know, they had that bend don't break mentality, and it worked. So, give him all the credit for that. Good job, coach. You got them boys ready to play. Mike McCarthy. I don't know what to tell you there, because you letting the clock run off like you did was lunacy. The excuse you're telling everybody after the fact is lunacy. But I wasn't there. I don't know. For all I know, there actually was a malfunctioning clocks in the arena, but Dak said he saw the clock on the field just fine. I don't know where McCarthy and Kellen Moore are, so they couldn't see clocks, but, you know, it worked out in the end, because Lord knows if it came back to bite us, we'd be questioning Mike McCarthy today. It is what it is. We came out with a win on it. Offense. Great game. Great calls. When y'all had to execute, you did your jobs. Y'all manned up. Terrence Steele, I owe you an apology. I've been ripping you for last season's debacles. And this year, against Joey Bosa, you stepped up and proved, just like Connor McGovern in week 1, that y'all belong on this offensive line. That y'all can step up in need and do your jobs. I apologize. My bad. The rest of the team played phenomenal. You didn't have huge dropped passes or anything, you know, too out of the ordinary. Aside from Dak throwing that interception when I think CD was supposed to sit in a spot. Unfortunately, he ran right past the spot, and when Dak let go of the ball, he was already past the spot, and there was nothing but a defender standing there. Sorry. That was just bad communication. You see, it didn't hinder anything. They came back and still marched down the field. Great game from Pollard, over 100 yards rushing. Zeke, he put up his. Both guys got their touchdowns. I mean, this is a team that is starting to look like New England. And don't rip me for saying that, because last week it was pass happy. Everybody said run the ball. This week it was run happy, because we ran the ball and Dak didn't have to take off on his legs or have to do anything crazy on his own to win the game. And he didn't have to darn sure throw 58 times. So give credit to the offense for that. They stepped it up all around. Great job. Jarwin, Schultz. I mean, Tyron Smith is still showing he's the king at left tackle. And along with that, with Steele, when you have Joey Bosa with zero pressure, I think he got maybe 1 or 2 pressures, 0 sacks, 0 tackle for losses, and I forgot the other stat. And you shut him down for the game? That says a lot for Terrence Steele. I give him kudos. Great job offense. We should have got more points, but in a game that was penalized all over the place, Chargers, y'all know about that. It is what it is, and we came out on top. Defense. Woo! Trayvon Diggs with another one. That's 2 in 2 weeks. He's a playmaker. Jaron Kearse. I can't even remember that you were a safety on the team before you played last night. That is my bad. I apologize to you. I forgot that you were a safety that was on the team. But he stepped up. Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith stepped up in their duties because they knew Neal and Micah Parsons wasn't going to be available at linebacker all game. So they stepped up and showed that they still have a little bit of ability. That was pretty well. Defense, flying. There's still some issues with keeping the middle kind of tight. They're still missing their gaps and leaving some wide open and running lanes, but that can be cleaned up. That's not something crazy. Again, a lot of times they had penetration. The offensive line was holding them, and they were not getting called. So that is what it is. Anthony Brown, he is still a weak link. I was just watching 2016 Thanksgiving Day game against the Washington football team, and I was looking at some more games during that 2016 season, and that was AB's rookie season, and I'm looking at him on the field, and he has not improved in the 5 years that he's been on this team. He has not improved. If you look at it, I think it's a play in the third quarter. Anthony Brown covering Deshaun Jackson one-on-one, and what happens? It was exactly the same move Antonio Brown put on him week 1. It's straight streak right up the right side of the line, and AB's just caught looking back at the quarterback the whole time, and by the time he even realizes when Kirk Cousins is throwing the ball, his man is still going downfield. I don't know why Anthony Brown even stopped for a second. And it's like the exact same play Antonio Brown did on him. He's just right upfield. AB's just, I don't know where the hell he's looking, but he's getting beat easily right up the gap. Like, and other plays throughout that game and that season that he hasn't changed. He'll make some stops, but he's susceptible to giving up big chunks of plays every game. Ever since his rookie season, he's not a shutdown corner. He's not an outside corner. He barely plays any better in the slot, but I just don't see why they re-signed him. I get it, it was draft season and you didn't know if you were going to get corners in the draft like you did, but he was not worth no 3 years? A 3-year re-sign? He's got to get cut after this season. If Nashawn Wright or Kelvin Joseph do not take that other corner job, that says a lot about the rookies and not about AB, because he cannot play. He cannot cover people without safety help. Him one-on-one is pretty much a wash. He's just going to get beat every time. He's either going to get beat or he's going to get called for a hold or pass interference, because the man can't defend anybody. It's sad. But yeah, overall team morale at 1-1 going back home against the Eagles on Monday night is a lot better than going 0-2 back home against a winning Eagles team. At least we're both 1-1. So that helps our psyche. And I think the Eagles lost Brandon Graham for the year, I do believe. Torn Achilles. So we will not be seeing him. And I think Brandon Brooks, their guard, he's hurt as well, but I'm not sure what exactly is ailing him or if he'll be able to play next week. We'll have to see as the injury reports start coming out this week. But after the Eagles game, we can designate to return a couple of guys off of IR, and that should help mitigate the injuries that we have currently. But again, the fact that we went in to LA an underdog, so many injuries to starters on defense especially, and had the will and the wherewithal to pull out a win is example easily 1 through 5 of why this team is different from years past. Because years past, this team would have rolled over and died for Jason Garrett. They would not have gotten hyped. They would not have gotten up for a game. They would not have came off and did anything The fact that they had their first opening drive touchdowns in 2019, that says a lot about this team, this makeup, and the culture change. Say what we will against Mike McCarthy, he got them ready to play. That's all I really wanted to talk about right now. I took up too much of the YouTube, and sitting out here trying to get to work and trying not to cough myself to death today. But you guys have a great Monday. Stay safe. Take care. Until next time, how about them Cowboys? Me, a Dallas Cowboy fan, out.